Today, I'm gonna be taking some of my thrift store clothes and flipping them to make them into some super cute items. So, let's get thrifty. Hey guys, my name is Madeline, and today I'm going to be taking some of my clothes that I got from the thrift store in the last month, and I'm gonna be cropping some things and sewing on some new buttons. So I'm super excited to make these into some super cute items that I'm wanting to wear all the time. So I'm just gonna jump right into the video. Okay, so the first shirt we are gonna be cropping today is this black shirt right here. And this is where I pinned the shirt because this is where I want it to lay. And I did move the pins so that they were through both sides. Okay, so now that the tape measure is down and it looks pretty even, which it doesn't have to be exactly even because in the wash it will kind of ball up. So now I'm just gonna cut along that line. I got this sewing kit from Walmart and I think it was like $9. It was super cheap and it has everything you need starting out, especially if you're just gonna DIY things. If you're not really sewing, this kit is perfect for you. I don't really sew, but I will like patch up buttons, or Nolan's sweats have torn and I've patched those up, so it's perfect for that. Okay, so now I'm just going to reassess this shirt. Like I can tell right here it is a little bit thicker, so I'm just going to eyeball it a little bit. Okay, so now it's a lot more straight. I'm just gonna do the same. This always happens to me. The ends always get a little bit less straight. Now we have a cropped shirt, and I'm just gonna take the pins out. The last thing I have to do with this shirt is just throw it in the wash, and I will show you guys afterwards what it looks like because this will look a little bit better because it'll kind of roll up. So this shirt complete. So this black shirt, I'm not disappointed with how it turned out, but it didn't roll up how I was expecting it to in the wash. It still has that very like blunt looking cut. I'm hoping if I wash it a couple more times, it will kind of get that roll. But I think it still turned out cute. I've been looking for a black shirt to crop from the thrift store for a very long time because I have a couple pair of like fun pants that I think would look super cute with this. I would give this one like a 6 or a 7. I think it's just maybe not the right material to roll. I don't know, we will see. The next item I'm going to be cutting is this jean skirt. The first step I did, which is pinning this, wasn't necessarily necessary because it kind of gives me a guideline right here, which is kind of exactly where I pinned it. So I just decided to move the pins down a little bit, and I'm just gonna make sure they're even, which it looks like they are. So I'm just gonna draw a line right here. So once I have my line, I am going to turn them sideways and then just cut. And you want to make sure with jeans that it's all the way straight, because if a skirt's a little bit easier, but with regular jeans, it can kind of get tricky if they're not quite straight. So I'm just gonna try to cut just a little bit above that yellow line. It will come out in the wash, just making sure that it's pretty much all out. So this skirt is pretty much done. I am going for the distressed look down here like it previously had, so you guys can see how distressed and like fuzzed up right here it is. And that also comes when you just put it through the wash, but I'm gonna try as hard as I can before I put it through the wash to kind of get this look. This method of scuffing up the bottom can go with any pairs of jeans. This is like my favorite thing to do to my thrift store jeans and shorts that I've done, is I always make sure to scuff them up a little bit before I put them in the wash, because it just makes it look a little bit less perfect, if you might. And then that's also why you don't have to be so careful about the cut being as even as possible, because you will probably go in and do this anyways. So I finished the front right here, and you can tell how big of a difference that made from what this looks like to what this side looks like. As I turned it around though, I did realize I forgot to mention this step. And this is very important when you're cutting denim. You want to fold in half the denim, whatever you're cutting, whether it's pants, shorts, a skirt, whatever it is. And make sure it's all lined up here and on the hems. And you can see right here how it's not quite even. So I am going to go through on this side and just make sure that It's all the way even, and it does kind of mess up my hemming, but that's okay. We can just go through and rough it up again. So as you can see, that's a lot more even all the way around on both sides. It comes to an even spot. So now that I kind of recut it all, I kind of have to start over again. This is the final product of this jean skirt before I wash it. So you can see both sides are scuffed up and the strings are kind of hanging down. So we are complete with this one. I am very happy about how this jean skirt turned out. I think I'm gonna wear it way more often than I would have before. It was just too long and awkward. And now it's the perfect length, and it has like the little fuzzy right here, so it's still very distressed. And the more I put it through the wash, the more distressed it will get anyways. So I'm very happy about how this one turned out. Okay, the next thing we are going to crop is this sweatshirt. So I just have one pin in this one, and I'm just going to, again, take this and as evenly as I can, put it right there, and then I'm going to make my line across so I know where to cut. We want to make sure that the sweatshirt is as flat as it can get. And then I'm just going to cut. And I would like to mention that this is a large, and I usually look for larges when I'm about to crop something because I like the oversized look to it. Usually I'm a small on sweatshirts, so I go up 2 sizes, but this one is ready for the wash, and it will curl up a little bit, and it looks so, so cute. I love this crop sweatshirt. It's the coziest thing ever, but now that it's cropped, I'm going to be getting so much use out of it. And I mentioned yesterday how things kind of roll up in the washer, and so this one has a slight roll, and the more you wash things, the more things will kind of settle in and look better. So this one has started to do its roll. I think one more wash and it would roll all the way, but guys, I'm so happy about how this turned out, and it was as easy as just cutting it kind of in half, and it looks great now. My favorite thing to wear these like cozy crop sweatshirts is just like lounging around the house. I think it's a great thing just to throw on when you get home from like school or work or a long day, and it's just super comfy but still looks super cute. The next item I'm going to be cutting is these jeans. So I'm just wanting to make them into slight capris. I want them just a little bit shorter. This is the first pin that I did, and I usually cut the pant leg of the first pin I do because that's usually the better one. So I'm gonna stick with this one for now, and then we'll base this leg off of what I do on this one. I'm going to take just this small ruler for this one because the jean is a little bit stiffer that it's hard to use the fabric one. Okay, and I'm just gonna take the pin out of this since we know where we're going to cut. Something I'd like to mention is that the pins are strictly so I know where to make my lines to cut them. So I know where to crop them, obviously. See, we have a pretty straight line. I'm just going to straighten this out a little bit more. This pant leg is perfectly straight and awesome. What I'm gonna do is now I'm going to pinch in the jeans and make sure that they're folded perfectly in half, making sure it's all straight and that the hems line up. Like I said, this pin doesn't really matter because usually my second pant leg is kind of off when I pin it. So I usually just do this method anyways. Now I'm just going to cut along this line. Now we are just going to distress the bottoms and fray them out so that they look less perfect. I know some people use razors, and I've tried that and it just does not work for me, and I just feel like I just ruined the razor. So this is the best way I know how to do it, and it works really well. And they always look so much better when they come out of the wash. And the more you wash them, the cuter that they look towards the bottom. You'll get the idea once they get out of the wash. This is the final look of after I distress the bottoms of it. They will look a lot better once they get out of the washer and dryer. So I'm gonna go throw these in the washer and dryer, and I will show you guys what they look like after that. I really like how these ones turned out. I retried on everything, and I forgot to mention that in the video because sometimes when you try things on, they might not be even though they might look even on the table. So when I tried these ones on, they actually were like a little bit off on one side. So I ended up recropping it and then just doing exactly what I did yesterday for you guys. But I really like how these ones turned out. Like, you can see how fuzzy and distressed they are. Like, these ones turned out really good after we washed them. I'm very happy about these ones, and I'm definitely gonna be getting a lot of use out of these jeans. This is the last item of this DIY flip. I love this jacket, but the more I started looking at it, the more I realized that these buttons just don't really match this jacket. So I went to Walmart and I just picked out these black buttons. These little ones came in a pack of 4, and then these big ones came in a pack of 2, and they were all 70 cents. So I'm going to replace these buttons. I did measure them before I left to the store so I could get the right size. So they're actually the exact size buttons. So I'm just gonna sew these buttons on this jacket. Obviously, some time has passed and it is almost dark outside. This took me quite a while to do. Once I got past this first button, I did go a lot quicker. These sleeves are so thick. I really, really, really love how it turned out. I think I'm definitely gonna start wearing this jacket more often now. I just felt like the other buttons just didn't quite match the jacket, and these ones make it a little bit more expensive looking. So I'm very happy how this turned out. It was worth the time. I mean, it took me a very long time to do, but it was worth it. I ended up not wearing the jacket after I got it from the thrift store because it just like didn't feel quite right. And then I finally was like, it's the buttons. The buttons don't match. So I'm very happy with how these buttons look on this jacket. I think they fit the jacket way more than the white ones did. So I think I'm gonna be getting a lot more use out of this. I wanted to wear it today, but it's like 93 degrees, so probably not, but I think this turned out really well, and it was worth the time that it took to sew on all the buttons. If you guys liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next week in my next episode of Nifty Thrifty. Bye! So the first thing I'm gonna do is take my de-threader. I think that's what it's called, I don't actually know. This is not working out in my favor. Oh man. It's just not going well. Oh, yeah, it just came off again. Where did the freaking needle go? This is frustrating.
You recommend people not do this?
No, it's easy to do, but if you don't know how to sew, do not do this. Or if you get easily frustrated. Warning, may cause serious frustration. I just broke the needle.